Hi everybody, Traci Cornelius here. So we are on our week 1 of Soraya's life, and this is her update. So for the first week, there's just been such mammoth milestones, really. I always get in complete awe about how many things they need to accomplish within the first week. So obviously she was born a week ago today, but not until nearly midnight. And in fact, I think we're about half an hour off of when they broke my waters. So it's nearly 3 o'clock now. And that feels really surreal. The fact, that was just a week ago. So anyway, she's needed to learn to breathe oxygen, move around in like the air as opposed to like amniotic fluid, all of those type of things, cope with all different noises, learn to feed. And even though that's a natural instinct, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that it's easy. And especially for the first few days of her life outside of the womb, she did struggle. You know, she knew what to do and she would feed, but then she would pause. And when she paused or stopped, she'd then get frustrated because she was still hungry and then start crying, not realizing that the nipple was still in her mouth. So she's thinking, hey, there's no more food. And I'm thinking, it's there, you just need to suck. So frustrating for the baby and for me personally. So the way that I overcame that is that basically I would just unlatch her, pop her on my shoulder a bit like this, wind her a little bit, and then reattach. And that seemed to work quite well. So that was my kind of little tip for that. At the moment, we sporadically go through different times of feeding. So she might feed every, the closest it's been is like every hour. And then sometimes it's an hour and a half. Sometimes it's every 2, sometimes it's every 3. So at the moment, I'm demand feeding because I think that that's the best way to do it. She's going to know when she's hungry more than me trying to force her to feed or try and leave her when she's hungry. Lots of dirty nappies. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be an issue for her whatsoever. Oh, sorry. Her sisters absolutely adore her. It's just amazing at how much love that they have for her as well, and that's really sweet. And I will do a video showing that, and maybe one where they're giving their opinion of their new sister as well. But she's fast asleep now, but I don't know if you can see. She's so cute. At the moment, she weighs just over £6. So she was born at 6'4". She then had a check like a few days later. They do tend to lose weight, and midwives and things don't tend to get concerned unless they lose more than 10% of their body weight. She lost 8.9, so she got down to £5.12. And now that my milk's come in, she's back up to just over £6. She's also had a heel prick test. That's something that the midwives then also come out to do, and they test for a number of different conditions, and also now protein deficiency conditions as well. Even though they're quite rare, it just means that it's one of those tests that they can do, so they do. So there's about 5 different tests that they have for the heel prick. What else has she had done? She had a vitamin K when she was born. That's something that's offered again to all babies. I think that's kind of about it. She will have next week, or this week coming, she'll have her hearing test done by the health visitor. So this would be the transition now that we leave the midwifery team and then we move on to the health visiting team. So that would be quite good to meet them this week. Sleep-wise, there's usually like a couple of hours in between feeds at night. So it's tiring, but it's pretty good. I mean, she's not really a crybaby. she just, you know, lets me know when she needs feeding. I feed her, she goes back to sleep. So she's very contented, really, as you can probably see. In fact, what I might do is I might try and move her so you can actually see the size that she is. So again, doing this one-handed, sorry, but she's more important. So here we go. Here is Soraya. See, she's so dinky. But obviously I kind of think perfect, naturally. But yeah, she is very, very small. Trying to think what else that she's kind of done this week. Just slept. Slept a lot, really. I'm just going to pick her up again. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So lots of things that she's kind of done this week, but there is just lots of sleeping, eating and pooing. What a newborn does, really. As for myself, I'd say that today is the day that I felt like I can do the most. Recovery definitely gets longer the older that you get. But, you know, labour in itself really wasn't too bad. The pushing stage was extremely painful and probably more painful than the other children that I've had. So my recovery process afterwards meant that I was very sore for quite a long time. Whereas today I really kind of feel like I can get out and do a lot more. See you later. There's Mark. He's off to go and pick up the other two from preschool and nursery because he's on paternity, and that's a massive help. So I think I really would have struggled to walk that far. But more would have struggled pushing or pulling the buggy back up the monumentous steps that we have down at the preschool. So today I've really kind of felt like I can do a lot more. I don't feel quite so sore. That's Alina upstairs. So the recovery is going quite well. Blood loss is like minimal now. Feeding's going all good, and I don't feel too tired either. So everything really for the first week, touch wood, is going really well. We are absolutely besotted with our little new addition, and she's fitting in really well. Even Rue, our miniature Labradoodle, he went nuts when she arrived, like she was some kind of little puppy. He's extremely paternal with her. And even Alina earlier, when she was in her high chair having lunch, I was washing up, and she called me to say, well, basically to point out that Soraya was waking up, which was really sweet. So, you know, she's got complete love and acceptance by everybody in the family, which is wonderful. So that's it for our week 1 of Soraya's update. We're going to do an update every week for the first year of her life, because I think the first year there are so many milestones that kind of happen, and it would be nice to look back on and see as well. Oh, there is one other thing, her umbilical cord stamp, that came off this week as well, so that's pretty good. And because she's been so small, nappies, we kind of have to fold the front section of the nappy in half to fit her properly. So those are the little things that we've done differently than you would do with like maybe a newborn that was like a little bit bigger or anything else. So I look forward to catching up with you next week and finding out what other milestones that she's managed to complete. Okay guys, you take care. Speak to you later. Bye.